In this video, we will be discussing market failure as a result of smoking and secondhand smoke, and more specifically, whether it is a consumption or production issue, a positive or negative externality, over or under consumed, over or underproduced, and some government interventions. Secondhand smoke is defined as smoke from a tobacco product that is exhaled by smokers and passively or involuntarily inhaled by non-smokers.
Second-hand smoke causes non-consumers harm. Exposure to second-hand smoke has immediate negative effects on the circulatory system and causes coronary heart disease and strokes. For firms, manufacturing and selling tobacco products, such as factory-made cigarettes, is almost a license to print money. Tobacco companies can make such an extreme profit as they sell very addictive products and don't face the same competitive pressures that firms in other markets regularly face. Therefore, the issue of second-hand smoking here is consumption, because a higher number of people smoking would lead to a higher number of people affected by second-hand smoke.
Second-hand smoke is a negative externality. It can affect people around or near smokers by harming their lungs and circulatory system. When an average adult is exposed to secondhand smoke, the risk of heart disease, strokes, and lung cancer increases by around 30% each. Secondhand smoke can cause health complications in children, such as bronchitis, pneumonia, and trigger asthma attacks that may endanger a child's life. When an infant is exposed to secondhand smoke through the environment around them or their mother during pregnancy, it can lead to sudden infant death syndrome, also known as SIDS. There are examples of external causes linked to secondhand smoking, so if a person decides to smoke, they are not only compromising their own well-being, they are endangering others too.
Cigarettes are overproduced by the market and, as a result, becomes an overconsumed good. They are what we call demerit goods. When individuals consume demerit goods, it releases negative consumption externalities on society, as discussed earlier. As a result, the marginal social benefit, or MSB curve, always lies below the marginal private benefit, or MPB curve. This leads to the good being overconsumed. It is the fact that the smoker underestimates the long-run health problems they could face from smoking, which creates the overconsumption of the good.
Governments around the world have introduced and imposed a variety of regulations on smoking. Through acknowledging the aforementioned connections between smoking, public health, and the resulting expenses, governments can impose regulations to reduce the effect of smoking in public areas. In Singapore, smoking is prohibited by law in most indoor locations. This is an example of government intervention, helping to reduce the number of people affected by secondhand smoke and to reduce costly cleanup. Internationally, smoking is also restricted by governments in many public locations. Additionally, taxes and price controls such as minimum price have been used by some governments to reduce the demand for cigarettes. For example, in Singapore, the average retail price of a pack of cigarettes was around 13 Singapore dollars in 2020. As part of the government's efforts to reduce smoking, tobacco products are also heavily taxed.
We carried out our research by exploring government-affiliated websites, scholarly journals, articles, and our economic textbooks, and summarizing relevant information.
To conclude, the extensive effects of secondhand smoking are the result of overprovision and consumption of demerit goods with external costs. While producers will continue to produce tobacco products due to the addictive and thus profitable nature of them, governments can help offset the effects through various interventions, such as prohibiting smoking in certain areas, creating a more socially optimal environment for all.